Hi, I'm Annie. Welcome to the Rising Soul, a sanctuary for wisdom, growth, and transformation. Before we begin, I want to share that this is still the beginning of my channel. I'm learning the visuals as I go, but the words I share come straight from my lived experience. Thank you for walking this journey with me. Oh, and the cats, Finnegan and Fiona, which you'll hear in the background. I don't plan to edit them out. This is the second video in my goodbye series. 3 reflections on a few things it may be time to say goodbye to. If you missed the first one, goodbye to self-doubt. I invite you to go back and watch it. And there's more to come, including the next one. Goodbye to clutter, but from a soul perspective. Because sometimes letting go of what surrounds us is the doorway to inner freedom. I named my very first video The Beginning for many reasons. Because I've learned that starting anywhere is a beginning. We live in an overloaded society, especially here in the United States. Each decade of my life, I worked on one layer of recovery at a time. In the end, I saw there was one common word that described it all, and maybe for you too. The word I found is toxicity. You'll hear me say again and again the recovery words, my favorite recovery words, one day at a time. For me, sometimes it wasn't even a day. Sometimes it was 1 hour at a time. I know what it feels like to live in a process overload. I do not wish that upon anyone. But here's the truth. You will heal from toxic people. You will begin to identify them. And in choosing your own path, you may walk without them. You will learn that there is only one true obligation you have to your soul. And that is to learn. The human voice can say, I will do better. Or it can say, not now. And both are correct. Both are part of the journey. Some goodbyes are harder than others. One of the hardest is saying goodbye to toxic people. However, there's a difference, and it's important to know that difference between difficult people and toxic people. Difficult people may irritate or frustrate your personality. Toxic people reach deeper. They strip away your peace, your worth, and even parts of your soul. Forgiveness is easier with difficult people. You can let go, move on, and understand their flaws. But with toxic people, forgiveness begins with yourself. Forgiving yourself for not saying goodbye sooner. Forgiving yourself for the times you stayed when you didn't see the truth. Because often, you don't recognize toxic people until a soul wound has already happened. is only then, in the ache of that wound, that you begin to see them clearly. Goodbye is not rejection. Goodbye is protection. Toxic people leave marks. Their words echo in our minds. Their chaos becomes our chaos. Their lack of love convinces us that we are unlovable. But none of that is truth. It is projection, not reality. Their wounds spilling into our lives. Toxic people are not only our struggles, they are also our lessons. And sometimes even our blessings. Oh, we may marry or have relationships with people who reflect our unfinished work. What is left unresolved with your parents or their parents before them, etc., etc., rises again in the people we meet. These patterns stretch back to the very beginning. Across time, we have moved through generations of abuse, physical, mental, emotional. Each one still shows up on the earth plane. Even when we have lived with deep toxicity, the soul is resilient. Healing is always possible. Every step we take to release what is unhealthy is also a step toward peace. And I have to be honest, I have also experienced being my own toxic person. An unhealed adult child can be dangerous to herself or himself or themselves, carrying pain, acting out, and repeating the very wounds once received. Until we face what is unhealed within us, we risk becoming the same source of harm that once harmed us. Healing means looking inward as much as outward. Naming when the toxic voice is not only theirs, but sometimes our own. So what does goodbye really mean? It doesn't always mean you cut someone off forever. Sometimes goodbye is distance. Sometimes goodbye is a boundary. Sometimes goodbye is a decision in your soul. You no longer define me. Goodbye is not cruelty. It is wisdom. It is how you create space for healthier connections and how you begin to trust your own soul again. If you're standing at the edge of goodbye, trust that your soul knows it is time. You are not walking away from love. You are walking toward it, toward yourself, toward self-love. Every goodbye to toxicity is also hello. A hello to freedom, healing, and strength. A hello to new friendships that are kind and to love that is gentle. A hello to the parts of yourself that you thought were gone, but were only waiting to be safe enough to return. Goodbye opens the door, but hope walks you through it. Maybe for you, toxicity looks like a friend who drains you every time you meet. Maybe it is a partner who chips away at your confidence, Maybe it is a workplace filled with manipulation. Whatever the source, the pattern is the same. When you release the toxic, you reclaim your power. Take it slowly if you need to. One boundary at a time, one small goodbye at a time, one day at a time, sometimes even 1 hour at a time. I invite you to ask yourself, what goodbye do you need to make today? These words are woven from the wisdom of many mentors, writers, teachers, souls, and more. They are shaped by my lived experience and offered as simple suggestions. I'm not a teacher. I remain a student. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.